women. Not all women. I mean the old-fashioned ones. You know, the old-fashioned women. Oh, God. You know, the ones with wombs.
Okay, are we going to have comedians who walk on eggshells? Are comedians going to fear the woke mob? Will they be less funny? Will they be less edgy? Or will they look at this as an opportunity to make even more headlines?
You were heckling. It's not all about you right now.
I bought your couch. I'm actually taking a step outside because I can't stand them.
Woke trolls beware. Comedians aren't holding back. In a world where every joke is a potential controversy, some fearless comics are fighting back with sharp wit and zero apologies. From epic takedowns to hilariously brutal comebacks, these 7 comedians prove that comedy is still the best weapon against absurdity. Get ready for some no-holds-barred humor as we count down the 7 times comedians absolutely destroyed woke trolls. Starting with Sam Morril, the sarcasm specialist.
It's not like I'm a nobody anymore. I've been doing this 16 years. I've dealt with a million versions of you, and you're not even a high class of heckler. You're like the Jared Leto Joker of hecklers.
Sam Morril uses his sharp sarcasm to critique woke culture in a way that's both clever and cutting. Morril often tackles topics like free speech and cancel culture, using humor to highlight their absurdities. He believes that comedy should provoke thought, even if it ruffles a few feathers. In one memorable set, Morril addressed the interruptions he often faces from audience members trying to police his jokes.
Yeah, yeah, I did. Yeah. You just got your feet on the stage, too. You're very, yeah. You don't give a No, I mean, I figured that out. It's weird that became a point of pride. Remember when that was a bad thing? When people were like, that guy just doesn't give a But I think white women have stolen that and weaponized it.
Next up is Veer Das. Veer Das is no stranger to challenging sensitive topics with a dose of humor. Known for his insightful commentary, he dives into the contradictions of privilege and performative activism. For Das, woke culture often feels like a Western phenomenon taken to absurd levels.
Is that accent offensive? The thing is, I don't know. I live in India. We don't know. Getting offended is something privileged people do. And we just got privilege last week. It's very exciting. Now in the West, you've had privilege for years. You've taking offense to another level. Like Americans can get offended on other people's behalf. It's a very American thing. I'm offended for you. What you went through is so stressful, I'm gonna take the day off.
Das tackles the hypocrisy of individuals who claim offense on behalf of others. According to him, this behavior highlights the performative nature of woke culture. Das points out the irony of people who try to champion causes without genuine understanding, making it clear that offense has become a privilege itself.
But you're very proactive, you're all about justice. You see something wrong on the streets, you take your phone out and you film it. What you're doing, sir, is wrong. You're gonna go viral, there are gonna be consequences. Every time in American films a hate crime, in the background you can see an Indian just walking to work. I didn't see anything.
As his jokes unfold, Das mocks the convoluted definitions of being woke, making a sharp critique of how the term has morphed into a catch-all phrase for self-righteousness. The audience erupts in laughter, recognizing the absurdity of overcomplicating what should be straightforward acts of kindness and awareness.
But in the West, you're very, what's the word? Woke. That's a word I learned, woke. That's the reason I travel, to learn new words. It's not to expand my audience. I'm Indian. My audience is expanding as we speak right now.
The third comedian is Samuel Bade. Samuel Bade takes a more confrontational approach to dealing with woke culture. During one of his shows, a heckler decided to challenge Bade's material, accusing him of taking the cheap way out by making jokes about race. Bade's response was swift and precise, dismantling the heckler's argument with humor rooted in lived experience.
Look at me for the brown parents part.
I keep looking at you. I looked at you once for the brown parents part. I only did one brown parents reference. I looked at you twice before and after I said brown parents. So I said, for the brown parents, and I looked back at you. And you look back at me as if you don't have brown parents. You liar, okay? Pull up a picture on your phone of your white parents and show me that I'm racist, okay?
Bade emphasizes that race and identity are not abstract concepts for him. They are realities of his life. He uses the interaction as an opportunity to highlight the absurdity of dictating what counts as real comedy. His sharp wit leaves the audience laughing and the heckler silenced.
I know, I have Indian parents too. You didn't know that. Yeah, why did you look at me when I said my parents? Now you know how it feels. But I learned a valuable lesson, okay? Don't look at people during jokes. That's the lesson that I have now learned. I'm not gonna be looking at anybody in the eye because they're gonna think that I'm talking about them. Okay, I'm sorry that you're sitting right in the front and your eyes are literally of closest proximity to mine. I'm so sorry.
This interaction underscores the power of comedy to address serious issues in a way that resonates with diverse audiences. Bade's ability to turn a potentially disruptive moment into comedic gold exemplifies how comedians can challenge woke trolls while staying true to their craft.
But Manchester would have schooled me on discrimination. No, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I haven't called the mall police yet. If you called the mall police, it would be more believable? Why? What? Yeah, I think we're all confused. I think we're all equally. I think we all were more. We even knew more what was going on when she pulled out the baggie of pumpkin seeds. I think that was.
It gets more interesting with Ricky Gervais and gender pronoun. Ricky Gervais has made headlines for his fearless takes on controversial topics, including gender pronouns. Gervais walks the fine line between humor and provocation, diving headfirst into the debate surrounding identity and language.
Oh, women. Not all women. I mean the old-fashioned ones. You know, the old-fashioned women. Oh, God. You know, the ones with wombs. Oh. Those dinosaurs.
With his trademark irreverence, Gervais tackles the complexities of modern pronoun culture.
No, it's the old-fashioned. And now the old-fashioned, they go, oh, they want to use our toilets. Why shouldn't they use your toilets? For ladies. They are ladies. Look at their pronouns.
Next, we have Gilbert Gottfried. Gilbert Gottfried, known for his bold and unapologetic style, addresses the growing trend of cancel culture. For Gottfried, the obsession with sanitizing language feels performative and counterproductive. He mocks the practice of using euphemisms to avoid offending others, pointing out the futility of trying to police thoughts and words.
Is going to weather this epoch? Are we going to have comedians who walk on eggshells? Are comedians going to fear the woke mob? Will they be less funny? Will they be less edgy? Or will they look at this as an opportunity to make even more headlines?
Well, with me, ever since I've been hit with the cancel culture a bunch of times, I think twice, but I do it anyway.
Gottfried's humor lies in exposing the contradictions of cancel culture. He highlights the absurdity of expecting people to avoid certain terms while assuming they won't mentally fill in the blanks. His unapologetic approach serves as a reminder that comedy is most impactful when it refuses to shy away from uncomfortable truths.
And it's very strange how there are certain words. It always made me laugh when people say, use terms like the F word, the N word, the C word. And I'm thinking, well, when you say those terms, the person hearing it is saying it aloud in their head.
Following that is Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle has long been celebrated for his ability to tackle difficult topics with nuance and humor. In one memorable set, he mimics an exaggerated version of cancel culture, portraying an audience that's quick to judge and condemn.
Hey, if you do anything wrong in your life, duh, and I find out about it, I'm gonna try to take everything away from you. And I don't care when I find out. Could be today, tomorrow, 15, 20 years from now. If I find out, you're f***ing duh finished.
Chappelle's impression of cancel culture reflects the challenges comedians face in navigating sensitive topics. He questions whether the drive for accountability has crossed the line into mob mentality, using humor to illustrate the dangers of unchecked outrage.
Who's that? That's you. That's what the audience sounds like to me.
By holding a mirror to his audience, Chappelle invites them to reflect on their role in shaping the comedic landscape. His sharp critique underscores the importance of balance between accountability and freedom of expression.
That's why I don't be coming out doing comedy all the time, because y'all is the worst I've ever tried to entertain in my life.
Finally, we have Malik Elassal, who takes a more observational approach, dissecting the contradictions of woke ideologies. In one of his routines, he shares a hilarious anecdote about his therapist, blending personal experiences with sharp social commentary.
I have a cousin who's dealt with a lot of Islamophobia. His name is Jihad. And he's gotten it pretty bad. Like, he got lost at the airport one time when he was a little kid. And there's really nothing you can do in that situation, you know?
Elassal highlights the tendency of woke culture to prioritize performative gestures over practical solutions. His humor lies in pointing out how these contradictions often undermine the very causes they aim to support. By blending humor with insight, Elassal sheds light on the complexities of navigating modern social issues.
You lose your kid named Jihad in the airport, like... You just gotta leave, like, that's it, you know? What are you supposed to do? You can't just drop all your luggage, start screaming, Jihad, in the middle of the airport. Only thing worse than screaming Jihad in the airport is whispering Jihad in the airport. For some reason, it's worse. I don't know why. It's a beautiful name if you know what it means. Jihad in Arabic literally means to struggle for something.
Do you think comedy has the power to spark real change in society? Or is it just entertainment? Which comedian do you think challenges societal norms the most effectively? In a world shaped by woke culture, is there a limit to what comedians should joke about? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy discussions like these. See you in the next video.